And we are live. What up, players? Welcome to another episode of Player Life. I am late to the stream as usual, but it is what it is. Yeah, some things came up, but like I said, it is what it is. But you can catch the replay. Today I want to discuss the topic of cheating. You know, and the fact cheating is just, I mean, it happens. It happens. Guys cheat, girls cheat. But there's this idea. I think there's this idea in the red pill that I disagree with, and it's the idea that if a woman cheats in a relationship, she's like preparing to leave the relationship, like she's checked out of the relationship. And as a man on the ground, as a man in the game, as a man that is banging chicks, has banged, is banging chicks that are married, have boyfriends, whatever. I can tell you that it's not the case. I mean, I've banged, um, I've banged some married women that have been cheating for years, you know, or a good few years, and they have no intention of leaving the relationship. They're happy in the relationship in some regard, as in, they have a partner, they're financially provided for, but they're just kind of bored sexually, and as a result they go out and cheat. So like I said, there's this idea that, oh, if a chick cheats, oh my god, she's checked out of the relationship, she doesn't have genuine burning desire for you, and all this kind of autistic annoying shit. And I mean, there is some truth to it, but it's not fully true. Like it's not. I mean, from personal experience, I know it's not true. And even I know guys, I know, man, I know so many. I have friends that are banging married chicks, chicks with. It's just this. It's just pretty wild out there. It's pretty wild out there, and there's this shit where it's like, oh yeah, like I said, if there's the idea in the red pill that if a woman cheats, then the relationship's over. Like she's about to leave the relationship. She's just waiting. No, it's not. It's not always the case. Definitely not. I mean, some women do it. I'm just saying, you might never know. You might never know that your girlfriend or wife has been cheating. Like, because women are just maybe, yeah, better at hiding it, or guys are just innocent bastards. There's just some innocent fucking bastard who isn't red pilled, or maybe who isn't able to pick up on the signs, or just doesn't, yeah, maybe just doesn't notice it. But it definitely happens. It definitely happens. Um, like I think it's definitely different for men and women. I mean, I think, no, I don't think. I know that for men, like cheating is. I don't even like to use the word cheating, because it's like it's so in our DNA. It's built into us as men to want to sleep with as many women as possible. So it's weird to call it cheating when you're doing something like that's naturally bred into you. Um, But for women, it's, yeah. So men have that, like, testosterone, have that hardcore like sex drive. Well, at least they should have it. Um, a strong desire to fuck like every day. If you don't have that, you need to check yourself. You need to figure out what's going on, like with your lifestyle or whatever. Because if you're not that horny as a man, you're not that healthy. That's pretty much, or you're engaging in unhealthy activities, drug use, excessive masturbation. like, um, Yeah, and I'm not even one of these people who are like, oh, 1000%, it's kind of like sparking out against, against the occasional fap. I mean, it's not going to do that much harm. Well, it should, like, if an occasional wank like causes you to become lose all your energy and become beta and become have no motivation, then you don't have that much testosterone to begin with. So, I mean, I'm just saying that's not like the occasional busting a nut occasionally when you need to. If you don't have a female, it's not the end of the world, right? But obviously, the less the better. Um, but anyway, yeah. But regarding females, it's just obvious that they just don't have, in general, females don't have the same level of sex drive as men do. That's not to say that they don't desire sex. They obviously do, but just it's different and it comes in different ways. And they obviously have different priorities. Just like men have, a strong desire to, you know, sleep with as many women as possible. Women have a strong desire to get the best man possible. That's why women are so picky. That's why they're so picky when it comes to sleeping with guys. Um, and you combine that with, they don't have that testosterone pushing their sex drive. It means that they're just less inclined to want to have sex as much as men do. But in saying that, they still do want to do it. Um, and if they're in a relationship with a man for you know a few years, a few months, a few years, years upon years, it's very, very possible that things are going to get boring. They're going to get bored by it, and they're going to want to experience something new and exciting. It's and especially in the world we live in today, where chicks have access to, well, not only chicks, men, we all have access to the internet. We all have access to, you know, the internet in our pockets. Like, we can connect with people, we can use social media, dating apps, all that stuff. And a woman using social media or dating apps and a man using social media and dating apps are two completely different things. Um, all women, even ugly women, have sex on tap, like on tap. So it's just the temptation is like constantly there for women as well. That's the other thing. Like, for men, obviously temptation is there. We have a sex drive. We desire to have sex with a lot of women, but it's not easy. It's far from easy. It's like we want it, but it's very hard. It's hard to, do that. Even guys with very good game and, you know, um, with obviously without paying for it. I'm not, because like if you want, you can have sex every day if you pay for it, if you have the money. But no one really wants to do that, right? Um, you're not gonna get genuine burning desire and all that shit. No, but seriously, yeah. Uh, but you know what I mean. Women can just get it on tap for free, like every day of the year, like literally every day of the year. If a woman is a 4 out of 10, she can have sex every day of the year with a different guy. That is straight up like, if she's in any major city, she can do that. A guy, even a good looking guy, even a good looking guy, handsome guy, would that would be extremely difficult to do. Like, have sex with a new woman every day of the year. Be very, very difficult. Just the logistics, everything. But like I said, females, they could do it. Like, they could do, all they have to do is keep swiping on their little phones, and they're all they have to do is line them up. The guys will come. The guys will come. Trust me on that one. They will absolutely come. Just if you don't believe me, just next time. I don't know if you get the chance. Um, it is what it is in the house. What's up, brother? What is good? You don't believe me. Next time you're, if you get the chance, get around a woman and ask her to open up her dating app, and tell her to swipe right. Swipe right. She's gonna match with almost everyone. Not everyone, but almost everyone. Um, and if she doesn't match with some people, that's probably more to do with the algorithm. Like if she's anyway hot, if there's anything about her, like you know, we all know the way guys use dating apps. They just swipe right on everyone. Even out of, I know the way I use it. I do it out of curiosity. Even on like because it doesn't mean anything. You can just unmatch them, but like yeah, even on like chicks that you wouldn't bang if you were paid, like sometimes you'd swipe right just to see, like, what did she just for your ego or whatever. But it is funny when like you notice, like, I don't have any dating apps on my phone right now, by the way. But yeah, I mean, it's funny when when you're using dating apps, and yeah, I'd swipe right on a lot. That's just my nature. That's a male nature. I'll admit it. I do it like just out of curiosity. I want to see, and because obviously you can unmatch, but sometimes like swipe right on like girls that, like I said, I wouldn't bang them if I was paid to do it. I literally wouldn't. And sometimes these girls don't even match with you. Like it's just different. I don't know if that's to do with the algorithm or them just not thinking that they're. That's another thing about the difference between men and women. That is a huge. It's like a girl could be like a fucking a two, like a 2 out of 10, a legitimate 2 out of 10. Like objectively speaking, like she's a 2 out of 10 in terms of looks. And the thing is, if I'm not her type, she could, even a 2 out of 10 is going to have a type. That's the thing about females. Like, even if they're like, yeah, like I said, a 2 or a 3, they have types, she's going to have some type, they'll have these demands and stuff. And if I don't fit that description, they're not going to, match with me, even though, just way out of her league or whatever, you know? Um, it's oh yeah, man. Oh man, it's funny though. I was talking to some random dude. Well, no, I kind of know him. But he was telling me how he, sometimes he has these slump busters. Where if he hasn't gotten laid in a while, he'll punch down. And yeah, I remember he was telling me one time he was out, and he met this girl in a club, and he knew he was pretty. He told me he was pretty drunk at the time, and he knew she wasn't very attractive at all. But he was like, okay, it's 4 a.m. Anything will do. I haven't gotten laid in a while, and he took her. He went home with her, and the next, he did the deed or whatever. The next day, he woke up and was just like horrified, like at who he had hooked up with. Um, just because it's like it was someone that he would never like if he was sober, he would never like ever like hook up with. Like it would just so he was like, damn, he just felt, so he just felt like this like shame of what he had done, because he had punched down so far. And he was just describing to me how he felt like, so much so far out of her league, it felt like ridiculous. And yeah, like, even I think he was saying he was, she wanted to, you call this guy a nice guy, one of these nice guys that doesn't want to offend, doesn't want to So he's a nice guy, you know. So she wanted to go and have coffee with him in the morning. So he went with her to the coffee shop, and he said just while he was walking beside her, he felt like it was just so the inequality was so palpable, like because she was punching like she was getting with someone so much so far out of her league that like he could, you know, it was just, and he was getting with someone that was so like he was punching down so far that it just felt like ridiculous. um and I can kind of, I you know, I'll admit I've been there to some degree in the past, not in a long time. I would say before I was definitely before I was you know, this is when I was in Ireland, and would rely entirely on nightlife. But gone are those days. Gone are those days, that's for sure. But fuck yeah, like it's just funny though. It was just funny the way he was telling the story. And you know that, you know, chicks, that's like a chick's worst nightmare. Like it's bad for a guy. Like it's bad for a guy, but guys can, it's funny. Like guys don't really get, we, you know, we joke about it, whatever, you know. Um when he's telling me the story, it wasn't like out of shame. It was like kind of fun. Like we're joking about it like it's funny. But if a girl was telling the same story, if she was telling her friend that she hooked up with this like horrendous guy, they wouldn't be joking about it. It would be like a, you know, it would, they wouldn't be telling it in a joking way. They would be like, "Oh my god, I did this terrible thing, and oh my god, I hooked up," you know. "Oh my god, I'm never gonna drink again," you know. That would it's just that kind of shit. Um, it would just be, they would be telling the story in a different way, I guess. If they hooked up with a guy that was like a piece of shit, that would make them feel really, that, see that it makes women feel so much worse, I think. You know, obviously I'm not a woman, so I can never fully know what it feels like, but just from observation, and you know, the way they're so picky about choosing men, when they hook up with a guy that they deem as being way below them, and women's perception of guys being way lower than them is fucked up, to be honest, and it's not very accurate. I would say that, but sometimes it's true. You know, sometimes women may hook up with guys that are super like shitty, and like, you know, like the guy's getting super lucky. Um, but when a girl figures that out and like regrets it, like they feel a lot worse than a guy feels. You get what I'm trying to say? They feel, because it's, there's, you know, evolutionarily speaking, there's so much more consequence. You know, so it's built into their DNA to be worried about it, because they don't have to carry a poor specimen's baby, you know, because it's only like a flash in the pan, since we have the morning after pill, you know, contraception, all that, you know, for hundreds of thousands of years, hundreds, you know, hundreds and thousands of years. Like there was no contraception. There was like, women had to be very selective and very careful about who they hooked up with, because they don't want to carry some fucking slob piece of shit, smelly, goofy nerds baby, right? They want it, they only want the alpha seed. Um so, you know, like I said, it's, there's a big difference when guys hook up with like some slump buster, you know, some Walmart golem. Um, eh, Guys can kind of, you know, you're not going to be proud about it, but they're gonna be able to joke about it. Like if you're not a fucking dickhead, um, you know, if they tell their friends about it, they're gonna tell their friends in a joking like, "Oh my god, dude! Like, look, I fucked this." You know, they'll be able to laugh about it. It depends on the guy actually, but in general, I think so. But with women, it's like nah, I don't think they're going to be really joking about it. To be honest, it's more like a serious thing. Um, El Capitano says they might even accuse of grape. Indeed, they might. Um, especially in this era, especially in this era. Uh, yeah, no, that is something that could happen. Um, that's why you don't want to deal with you don't want to deal with chicks that have drank too much. You know, uh, a few drinks is fine, but if it gets to the point where they're too drunk, you need to abort abort the mission, because it's not worth it. Um, yeah, once they realize they've punched down. Uh, Penderin says, indeed, women practice social Darwinism, brutally anti-liberal and anti-progressive. They don't want their genes polluted by these men they deem way below them. Indeed. And like I said, women's perception of what is a high value man and a low value man is sometimes very skewed. Then it's not, you know. I think especially in this era, it's like, that's why I was saying, the best revenge on chicks that have rejected you in the past is to it's just to become a better version of yourself, because as a man, like, you can improve, like, you can, the phrase, men age like wine, men age like wine and women age like milk. And the thing is, men can age like wine. It's not a guaranteed. If you don't look after yourself, if you have a shitty lifestyle, you're going to age like shit. But, like, if you compare a man and a woman, both, a man and a woman, they both live, like, reasonably healthy lifestyles, same age, everything. Who's going to age better? Like, the man is going to age better, even if they live the same, kind of like healthy lifestyle, just in general, because men age better than women. And it just is what it is. It is what it is. Ho's mad. Ho's big mad about it, but you know, we're just different. Um, El Capitano says, absolutely, that why never hook up with a dumpster just because it's easy. Yeah, because it's just not gonna be worth it. You know, uh, you might as well have you should have standards. Let me share this video.
Shit that females are going to hate me for saying, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Part one. The same way that men go through their kind of hoe phase, like their cheating phase, where they just don't know how to be faithful. Like, y'all know what I'm talking about. That, like, that little phase that they go through normally when they're young, but some of y'all old motherfuckers go through it too. I don't know. We have that phase too. But ours is so much worse.
Oh, we know.
Because we're going through our phase secretly.
Yeah.
You can go through a whole relationship with a woman thinking that she never, ever cheated on you. And the whole time she was. Because when we do it, we put more effort into hiding it. You'll never find out unless we want you to. If you find out that a woman's cheating, she wanted you to know. That's why I can't stand behind the whole men ain't shit thing. Because men and women go through that ain't shit phase.
She's absolutely right. This is actually the first time in American history where women from.
Yeah. So, I mean, let me see. Yeah. So, this is funny. It's funny how she said that, men and women go through the whole phase, and or the cheating phase. And it's like, the thing about men is that it's not a phase. Like, we always want, like I said, I don't even like calling it cheating, because I just think it's just it's natural for men to want to be with a lot of women. It's built into us. It's in our DNA. Um, what can you do? So it's not really a phase. It's more like it's in us as men. It's some men might, start off, they might. It's like men only. It's more about how many options they have. If a man has the option to cheat, he is, more like way more likely to cheat, to act on it. But a lot of the time when men aren't cheating, is because it's just they don't. It's not easy for men to get laid, and first they don't have the options to do it. For a man to cheat, he has to like put effort into doing it. So if he's married, he has a girlfriend, he has to really go out of his way to cheat a lot of the time. Like he'll have to try. He'll have to go out, and like you have to actively source women because yeah, even I'm single. I'm a single man, and I'm in the game. Like I'm in the game as deep as you can be in the game. I'm on the ground. I'm doing day game. I'm doing night game. I'm active. I'm active. So I understand that like women don't come to you as a man. Women do not come to you. Uh, they don't come to me. I'm not saying that like I'm butthurt. I'm just saying they don't come to me. I get plenty of hot chicks, but they don't come my way. I have to go to them. So if a lot of time, a lot of time if you're a man and you're wanting to cheat, you have to go and actively pursue it. Um, but it's just in our nature to want to do that. Um, and I don't understand guys to get butthurt about it. About the fact that oh, men have to go and chase women. It's like it's the way it is. The same in the animal kingdom. It's the same with most mammals. Like the females don't come to the males. The men go the males go and source the females. It's our job. It just is the way it is. Um, we have to be active as men. So don't. It's like next time if you're butthurt about it, the chicks that go and actively approach men, they're not. They're acting you know out of their nature. They're not. That is not the norm for a chick to actively go and approach men. It's not the norm. Um, but yeah, I mean, what else was she? Let me share this again.
Men and women go through that ain't shit phase.
She's absolutely right. This is actually the first time in American history where women from the age of 15 to 24 are more sexually active than men from the age of 15 to 24. When it comes to cheating, I don't necessarily think that women are better at it. I just think they have a halo effect, which gives them the assumption of innocence. It's the same thing you see in the court system. Is the reason why women get 66% less time for the same crime. Most men don't even look for women to cheat because they assume that they're not capable of it. If you're a man that's been with a woman for a while and you pay attention to detail, you can tell when a woman's cheating.
Shit that females are going to hate me for saying.
But yeah, she was saying earlier, women do cheat and they stay in relationships. And as I was saying at the start of the episode, there's this idea in the red pill that's very prevalent, and it's not true. Like it's that if a woman is cheating or cheats in a relationship, she's gonna like eventually she's gonna leave that relationship. The cold hard truth is that's not necessarily the case, and that's kind of shocking for a lot of guys because they think, oh my god, could my girlfriend or wife be cheating? And the answer is yes, she could be, and you might not know. Um, yeah, it's more likely that if she's your girlfriend, it's more likely that she's going to break up with you. I'll admit that for sure. But if you're married to her, she's way less likely to leave you. If she starts like cheating, like because some women could be happy, like I said, with the setup they have. the lifestyle they have, but just not be satisfied sexually. Because women, like women, women have needs too. Women like sex, like not in the same way that men like it. Not as much, I think. I think that much is obvious, but they definitely like it. They definitely like it, and they like it to be good. They don't want it to be shit. And they definitely get bored with the same partner. That's one thing men and women have in common as well. I mean, you know, like the same person is going to get boring, like sexually, after some time. And women are not, it's not just men that feel that too. Women actually do feel that too. So I don't believe like humans are entirely like, I don't believe humans are monogamous. I don't believe in I don't think monogamy is our natural state. It's like we're partially it's like we're partially monogamous. It's um and yeah, that's how I see it. We're not 100% monogamous at all as a species.
But I'm gonna say it anyway. Part 2. So the reason why we friend zone you is because we are 9 times out of 10 not physically attracted to you.
There it is.
But we know that we can get pretty much whatever we want out of you. And because you are in that phase with us where you're trying to impress us because you actually like us, you'll do pretty much whatever to try to impress us. And we take full advantage. We know we can call you for anything and you will say yes because you're hoping that the friendship leads to something more. I promise you though, it's not. If she wanted to be in a relationship with you, if she actually liked you, that would have been done. All the shit that you do for her, that would have been done if she really wanted to be with you.
Yeah.
And I am well aware that what I'm saying does not apply to all women. But
really what it is women have figured out.
It's fucking hilarious. I have zero female friends. Zero. Maybe a few acquaintances, but certainly not friends. Certainly not. I'm gonna meet them for coffee or anything. I literally never get friend zoned. I cannot be friend zoned because it's just not gonna. I'm not going to allow it to happen. If I'm, I'll burn the bridge rather than be friend zoned. Like I'm gonna burn the bridge if rather So the reason I'm never friend zoned is because I'm always gonna make the move. Like I used to have a three. I'm gonna make the move from the first date. Like from the first meeting, these chicks are gonna know he's not gonna be my friend. That's a fact. And chicks know, like that's something I can safely say. Like they know they're not gonna be just friends with me. It's like, so it's either they stick around and we get down, we go on a date and we get down to business after, or else like they don't deal with me. It's not, and that's fine. It's way more prefer that. And that guys that get friends on, they bring it on themselves. Like they entirely bring it on themselves. They deserve to get friends on because they're mostly pussies. They're mostly complete pussies that are just too afraid to make the move. Too afraid to make a fucking move, and they get friends on, and then they cry about it on Reddit and all this shit. And it's like, oh, I got used by this hoe, and it's like, fuck you, man, you deserved it. You allowed it. You didn't make moves. You went and fucking you were a girlfriend. If you're not banging her, you're her girlfriend. You know. I don't know who said that. Was it Rolla Tomasi? But no, it's true. If you're not banging a chick, you're her girlfriend. You're like a gay friend to her. That's all you are. You're not, so like you choose. But it just that never happens to me. It can happen to me because if I'm into a girl, if I like her, if I think she's hot, I'm gonna be like, she's gonna know from the first time I approach her. She's gonna know that like, oh, this guy is bringing some different kind of energy here. He's not he's not gonna be he's not gonna I'm not gonna be able to use this guy for like as my gay friend. No, it's not gonna work. He's gonna be trying to fuck me. They're good because you bring that energy, man. When you go and approach these girls, you bring that I'm trying to fuck you energy without obviously saying it like directly because yeah, that would be stupid. Um, but if a girl's, yeah, that's a different topic. But yeah, it's like it's the whole thing that it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So you can approach, you can do cold approaches, and it's not necessarily, it's all these bullshit. All you see it all the time on Twitter on these like pickup pages, and this is how would you open. You see some hot girls looking at you. How would you open? All this garbage. It's shit. If a hot girl is looking at you and smiling at you, that means she's interested. You can say anything as long as you're not a fucking goof. As long as you walk up to her and talk to her. That's the most important thing, and you don't act all fucking weird, you know. Um, that whole like, how do you open? Like, just open. Like, that's the most important thing. The way, like, as long as you don't say stuff that's really weird, like fucking, and even that might work if she's into you, like, enough. Um, so guys all these fucking nerds get way caught up in what to say. That it's not about what you say. Like, there's some steps to, like, it's more about taking action, as opposed to what you say. It's more about like taking action, not being a fucking idiot, spending like 30 minutes talking to a chick on the side of a street, and then you ask her for a coffee and she says, "Oh no, I've got to meet a friend." So you just wasted fucking 30 minutes talking to a chick, and then she has to go, and you can't even take her on an immediate date. This kind of stupid shit guys do when they first start doing cold approach. They like waste way too much time, and they do things wrong, and spend like an hour talking to some chick, and then he tries to get the number, and then she says, "Oh, she has a boyfriend." It's kind of stupid shit, like, So, like I said, anyway.
Out that biologically and evolutionarily speaking, they're irresistible to men. So they can do whatever they want as long as there's some guy, usually a simp, that's going to save them from the consequences. It's funny because women are literally building an ideal man using multiple men and just putting them together. Like the guy that's in the friend zone, he's there for manual labor and emotional support. So he's over there fixing dressers just so she can say, "I'm an independent woman, I don't need a man." And he's over there being a shoulder to cry on, when as soon as she's done crying, the guy that she's complaining to you about, oh, he's going to have his nuts hanging out later. But in all honesty, if you content with that position and that's where you want to be, that's where you're going to stay. It's a dog-eat-dog world. And if you allow people to take advantage of you, they will. It's crazy because it seems obvious that the guys in the friend zone would probably be better long-term partners, but I guess women would rather make a bad guy good than to just be with a good guy. If there is a single ounce of simping in your pimping, best believe she's going to take advantage of it.
I do girl trips. I love my girlfriends. And I think you do everything on the trip. And whatever you do, you're supposed to keep it on the trip. Right? You don't come back.
So that's the don't. The don't is whatever y'all do.
Whatever you do. And I
saying does not apply to all women, but if the shoe fits, wear that bitch.
I do girl trips. I love my girlfriends. And I think you do everything on the trip. And whatever you do, you're supposed to keep it on the trip. Right? You don't come back.
So that's the don't. The don't is whatever y'all do,
don't bring it back. Don't tell. Right. If you got a girlfriend that's going and she's married and she's flirting with other guys, let her do her thing. It's not your business. Ooh. Don't you go running and telling everybody, "Oh my God, girl, she was talking to everybody and she knows she's married." Ooh. No, the girls' trip, you're supposed to have an amazing, fun time. And what happens on the trip stays on the trip.
Don't worry about my bonnet. I'm about to go to bed. That's why I got my.
Yeah, so girls do like to have fun. Like, they do. They really do. So they can go on a girls' trip and they can be cheating, they can be hooking up with other guys, and they can come back and get on with their marriage, get on with their life. Then it does happen. It really, really does happen. The most recent, I was out a while ago, and I met there was this I met this couple that were getting married. Some foreign guy and Japanese girl, and they were having this kind of, I don't know what to call it. They weren't my friends, but a friend of mine invited me that knew them. So this is how I was in this circle. But somehow got, it was a party atmosphere. So somehow got talking to the foreign guy's wife, I guess. Yes. So they had just gotten married or something. and it was one of those things where they were married. They just got married on paper, and they were going to have the wedding at another point or whatever. So anyway, they were having a small celebration, just like So I was just there because a friend of mine invited me. But like I said, I just got talking, because it was a party, obviously. So the chick, the wife of the guy, got talking to her, and she was just, man, she was just like giving off vibes that she was just a naughty, naughty girl. Like, I couldn't believe it, really. Like, I was like shocked. Like, I was like, oh my God, this guy. And the guy looked like super beta. Like, oh man, he was. I talked to him too. I mean, obviously I'm not exposing anyone's identities or anything, but yeah, he was a nice guy, but man, he was like major beta, like blue pill, hardcore blue pill, like just innocent head on him. And he was marrying this. He was married to this, just married to this Japanese chick that was like a complete. Oh my God, she's a complete savage. And yeah, I later found out. I ended up hooking up with another girl from the party that was her friend, and then it ended up. I asked her about her. I asked her about the girl, the married girl, and turns out all my suspicions were true. Like she told me like that she like when she was engaged to the guy, when she was dating him, she would regularly cheat on him, regularly. Like she would even go on trips. The reason I thought about this just reminded me, she would go on trips to like. She even had a few like a sugar daddy in some tropical island in Japan. She would go and visit him and get her back broke, and then come back to Tokyo and continue her relationship with her guy. She would go out to clubs, get railed, and then come home to the guy, her fiance, because they live together. Just crazy. I'm just saying, like, women do cheat and stay in relationships. Not only stay in relationships, but they'll like, they'll go ahead and get married. They could have been cheating all the while they're dating a guy, and then get married, and they'll continue cheating when they're married. So it does happen.
About it on my business. But ladies, y'all gonna quit playing with me. When I said when you get into a relationship, that girls trip and girls out shit, you gotta exactly why. Y'all be trying to play this little like don't nothing happen. Oh, we just hanging out with our girls. Y'all know damn well we be on straight bullshit on them damn girls trips, but y'all try to keep it hush hush from the men so that they don't know, so they think that don't nothing happen. But bitch, I'm telling because we need to do better. So my statement stands. Ass at the house, if you are in brunch and mimosas, shopping, mani pedis, shit like that. That is your time to shine with your single friends. All that other shit, girl, just stay home. Just stay home. It ain't worth it. Y'all go ahead, keep saying I'm capping and I'm a pick me and all that shit. Go ahead. But everything I'm saying is actual factual. So keep playing with me if you want to.
She's right again. Studies show that women are more likely to cheat during holidays, birthdays, and of course, girls' trips. Now take this with a grain of salt.
I think everyone's more likely to when you're on holiday, especially chicks, definitely, when they travel, they're all excited, they get horny, man, they are way more likely to cheat. It's just it just is what it is, as I said. They go traveling, they meet some foreign guy, shit goes down, and it's just these guys that think that they know their girlfriend or their fiance or their wife inside out. They really don't if they put too much trust into them. um you'd always want to edge on the side of suspicion, I would say. If you don't want to get cucked or cheated on. And speaking of getting cucked, you want to obviously, like, you really want to. It should be mandatory. It should be fully 100% mandatory to have a DNA test when your partner gives birth to a child, if you're going to be the father to a child, it should be like 100% mandatory to confirm it through DNA tests. But that's not mandatory. I don't know where it was, but I recall seeing some article that they were trying to, in some bullshit progressive, it might have been the UK or somewhere, New Zealand or some shit, some fucking annoying, shitty, progressive, annoying place, that they were trying to outlaw. They were trying to make it illegal to actually do a DNA test. I definitely remember seeing some article about that, but I can't remember where I saw it. That they were trying to propose a bill that it was like illegal or something, that they couldn't do it. They actually couldn't do it. They wanted to outlaw it. I have to try and find that sometime. But anyway,
because I'm not really sure where I heard about this experiment, and I tried to look it up and I couldn't really find anything on it. But supposedly there was an experiment done where 2 kids were taken from a bad camp and sent to a camp full of good kids. They did this because they assumed the bad kids would change their behavior to fit in with the good kids. But by the end of the summer, it was absolute mayhem. Supposedly they had more disciplinary reports than ever before. And I say that to say this: make sure you know your girlfriend's friends, because all it takes is one bad apple on their trip to Cancun, and next thing you know, 9 months later, your baby gonna come out with a full mustache.
Shit that females are going to hate me for saying, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Part 3, y'all. I got my nails done, so I'm feeling myself. So, part 3. So, that saying, nice guys always finish last? I'm gonna be honest, there's some truth to that. I want you to really think about this. Have you ever had a...
It's not that there's some truth to it. There's 100% truth to it. There is 100% truth to nice guys finishing last. It just is what it is. Nice guys are pushovers. They don't make moves. They're cowardly. They're too afraid to approach. They're too afraid to physically escalate. They're like, oh, this shit. No, it's just nice guy. Being a nice guy isn't going to get you very far with chicks. And that, like I've said this before many times, it doesn't mean you're an asshole. It just means that you're confident and you go after what you want. That's what it means. It doesn't mean that you're an asshole. It doesn't mean that you're a dickhead to chicks, because guys get it twisted. Like, it's being a nice guy is, not being a nice guy does not mean that you're an asshole. That's what I'm trying to say.
A girl sit there and tell you how good of a guy you are. You're just so perfect. Any girl would be lucky to have you. Like, have you ever had a girl give you that little speech? Like, y'all know what I'm talking about. Have you ever sat back and wondered, like, okay, if I'm so perfect, then why don't you be with me?
Right.
I'm such a nice guy and girls would be so lucky to have me. So why don't you be lucky?
Right.
Like, be lucky and you have me.
Yeah.
One thing that it could be, not all the time, but it could be this: you're too nice. And I know that is such a fucked up thing to say, because you're like, how the fuck can you be too nice? Like, how is that a thing? But females, we have this thing, and it's not right. I'll be the first to say it's not right. It's so fucked up. But we have this thing where if you are too nice, if you have no masculine energy to you at all, if you're just too nice, it's cringy.
No, you're gonna get stepped on.
It's one of the biggest turnoffs for women. Like, I don't give a...
Here, she said it. It's fucking cringy. That's what all these like male womanists are like, male feminists. You're fucking cringy. These white knights, Captain Save-A-Ho, all these guys are fucking cringe. And the reason they're so cringe is because they're such pussies, and we all know what they're trying to do. We all know that they're just being snakes they're going about getting pussy by being trying to get pussy by being weasels, by being slimy, by not being direct, by being like excessively covert, by being excessively and they're disguising it as some kind of virtuous way, and it's bullshit, and we all know it, and that's why it's cringy. That is why it's cringy, because we know exactly what they're up to. We all know. It's not that they're doing it to be virtuous, they're doing it to be good, or doing it to be virtuous. They're doing it to get laid, and we know that. And they look like pussies, and they are pussies, because they're not direct and they're not going after what they want, and they're playing the long game, and they're like, you know, just waiting on the sidelines, like, just like cowardly.
Give a fuck what she told you. I don't care what she says. I don't care. There's gonna be females in these comments saying that's not true, bitch. Yes, the fuck it is, and you have done it. Don't lie and say you haven't. Why do you think girls always go after that guy who's kind of an asshole? Why do you think that's a thing? Why do you think that is? It's because he's more masculine than the nice guy. Even though we know the nice.
And what she means by being kind of an asshole, what she means is the guy just fucking removes attention from her when she fucking, you know, doesn't give him what he wants, basically. And that's what women call being an asshole, is when the guy says, oh, you know, like I said, I don't get friend zone, because I just, like, as soon as I know a girl isn't into me, or isn't into me in a sexual way, or doesn't see me that way, I'm out. Like, I just remove attention. I don't like, I bounce. Like, I'm on to the next chick, and you know, I'm literally on to the next chick, and that's what they call being an asshole. They don't. It doesn't mean I'm like, hey, fuck you, bitch. Like, you know, no, I'm not butthurt about it. I'm not. I'm literally not being an asshole. I'm just literally. But that's what she means by the guy being an asshole. Because women, it's like, it's just fucking hilarious, the kind of cognitive dissonance women have regarding, you know, regarding men, but you know, regarding attention, because it's like, on one hand, they crave the attention, they love the attention, but they also hate the attention. It's a weird contradiction. It's like, you know, Instagram is the best example of it. So women will put up you know, stories or photos or whatever, and they'll have like so many guys commenting on them. And on the other hand, on one hand, they love it gives them validation, but on the other hand, they despise the guys that are all the beta males, all the simps, all the guys that are commenting, that are liking their photos and whatnot. Like, one thing you'll notice about a lot of, if a girl is really hot, a lot of time you'll notice on her stories they'll like disable, or you can't react to it. Or you can deactivate, you know, that feature on Instagram if you want. And why do chicks deactivate that? Because they don't want to receive all these reactions from beta males, all these twerps, and all these simps, because it annoys them. Like, so it's this, like, it's this contradiction. It's this yeah, it's this weird paradox that they're in, where it's like they're putting themselves out there, wanting the attention, enjoying the attention, but also hating it, and hating the guys that give it to them. It's weird. It's hard to explain, but you know, see, ideally, what women want is that every guy that gives them attention is a hot, like, fucking Chad dude, but it's not the case, right? Most of the guys that are giving out this attention are fucking twerps, right? And you know, it's not always the case. Some guys are some attractive guys give out attention too. You know, blue pill alpha guys that don't understand female nature. Some of these guys are you know, very much simps in their behavior too, even though they might physically be a Chad. You know, being a Chad is not only physical; it's also mindset. You know,
Nice guy is better for us. We know he is. We crave that masculine energy. We crave it. It's like how you know you're supposed to eat healthy. Like, you know that you should have a salad.
Yeah.
But that double bacon cheeseburger just be hitting so different. It's the same type of concept when it comes to nice guys and the assholes. And yes, I know men are not food. Don't be coming for me in the comments. I'm not saying that men are.
You can treat me like food. That's that's the hilarious thing. That's the difference between men and women. Men don't give a fuck about all this shit. Like, oh, you're treating me like an object. We don't give a shit. We don't give a shit. But it's actually a pretty good analogy she's talking about there. Um, it's true. Like, it's just the so-called bad boy. Chicks just know he's gonna be better in bed. The nice guy isn't gonna be good in bed. He's not gonna be good in bed. He's not gonna know how to fuck. He's not gonna know how to do. He's gonna suck at sex, and they know that. But why? Because he's nervous. Being too nice. He's not. He doesn't get it. The bad boy knows how to fuck. Like, because he knows because he has less inhibitions, and inhibitions lead to bad sex. Because if you're not expressing who you are, if you're not following your full true desires in the bedroom in regarding sex, it's gonna be it's just you're just not gonna flow. It's not gonna be very good sex because you're gonna be holding back. You're too nervous to do something because you're embarrassed. Oh my god, I don't want her to know that I like her. Oh my god, I don't know. I'm embarrassed to have her. It's like you really want a girl to sit on your face or something kinky like that, and you're like, oh my god, she might think I'm weird, and it's like. Yeah, a nice guy would do something like that. A bad boy would be like, "Get up my face, like bitch, like sit up there, like, you know." Um, that's just the way it is. You know, it's obvious. Like chicks can tell when a guy like chicks maybe have an innate sense of, okay, this guy knows how to fuck. Like, if a so-called asshole bad boy comes up to her with confidence, she kind of knows just by the way he's talking to her that he knows how to fuck. And then the nice guy comes up to her and he's all timid and he's blushing and he's being all like kind and all this shit. She's like, this guy, that innately she knows, and instinctively she knows, this guy's gonna, I don't, this guy doesn't know how to fuck. It's gonna, yeah. That's the cold hard truth of it. So next time you get all nervous talking to a chick, try to remind yourself that if you behave like that, you're talking to a chick and you're basically saying you suck at sex. Like, that's the cold hard truth of it. That's actually savage. That is a savage fact. So let that encourage you to be more confident with these chicks, because when you're all timid and nervous and getting all like, you're telling her, like, you're showing her that you suck at sex. So
food. I'm just giving you an example so that you can understand it a little bit better. Don't take it to heart. Don't be getting all in your feelings in the comments. Chill out. I also know that what I'm saying does not apply to everybody.
We're literally 4-0 at this point. This is an easy 40 ball. If you've watched this channel for the past month, we've probably already talked about all these topics, so we should already know all of these things. If you're an agreeable, weak man, women will take advantage of you and eat you alive. And it's funny because if you ask women for advice on how to get a woman, they'll give you advice that makes you easier to be taken advantage of by another woman. They'll say looks don't matter. We know that ain't true. They'll say you just got to be nice. We know that ain't true. They'll say you just got to be consistent. Then they'll call you thirsty. We know that ain't true. Really, women.
oh man, that's facts. Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, chicks will say, chicks will give the worst advice to guys regarding how to be more attractive to women, or how to be more successful. Oh, looks don't matter. Looks absolutely matter for, oh man, this whole thing that looks don't matter. Bullshit, I mean, it's like, you gotta, as a man, you gotta figure out your look. You gotta become physically fit. You gotta dress well. It's a must in this climate, in this day and age. You really can't. You really gotta figure your look out. You know, just be nice, just be kind. No, you'll get walked over. You get, it's just the advice women will give you will get you more wrecked by women. It's just they'll give terrible advice, terrible shit.
Women just want a challenge. All throughout their lives, they're being pandered to, being told they're right, given free things. They just want a challenge. And when you're a nice guy, you don't challenge them to be better. When you're a guy that has standards, you challenge them to be better. And that's really what women want. They want to live up to the standards of a man they admire. And if she's a woman that doesn't want to live up to the standards that you have as a man, you probably don't want to be with her anyway. Till next time.
My boo.
Yes, there you have it, man. There you have it. There you got some topics. You know, women do cheat. They do cheat. It's just the age we live in, the times we live in. It happens. You know. Um, and I'm just choosing to I'm just choosing to be live the player lifestyle. I don't know about you, but I'm just enjoying like having no responsibilities for any of these women. Um, and if I was gonna like date women, I would date multiple women, because if you become like a too attached to one chick, then you leave yourself susceptible to getting wrecked. It's just like in investments, like crypto. If you fully invest in one coin or in one stock, you can get like fully wrecked because all your eggs are in one basket. Um, it's the same with chicks. You invest in one chick, you're way more likely to get wrecked because humans are, we're flawed. Chicks are flawed. Uh, you invest, you get you invest fully in one chick, and then you get you get over attached, and then you get one-itis, soulmate myth, and then when you find out she's been sucking her personal trainer's dick, then you fucking you have a meltdown. You have this big fucking blue pill meltdown. Um, whereas if were dating multiple chicks, then it wouldn't be that big a deal, right? You'd be like, okay, she's gone, so move on to the next one. But yeah, man, player lifestyle is for me, man. I mean, damn, I'm just what's not to like about living the player lifestyle? Like, it's just like, let me show you this weekend. What was it? Night game's fun, man. I'll show you why I like night game. Let me see. Oh man. Good lord. God damn it. That's why I like night game. Because you can like have girls like this was Saturday night. Saturday, she knows how to work that. She knows how to work that. But man, look at this skimpy little dress she's wearing. God damn. But yeah, she had a nice body, like super nice. God damn it, she knows how to work that. But anyway, that's getting a bit too explicit there. But yeah, that's why I like living a player lifestyle, because I have chicks grinding on my dick like that on the regular, and it's fun. It's really, 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 really fun. So I recommend it. Um, yes. So, if you want to figure out your day game, your cold approach, book in a consultation. Even one consultation could be all it takes to improve your sex life for forever. Because sometimes it's just like, sometimes some guys are totally like, well, there's so many situations. It really depends on the guy. It's not a one size fits all solution. That's why I do these consultations. That's why I can help guys out, because it's not a one, it's not the same solution as it is for guy A, as it is for guy B, as it is for guy C, because everyone has different living circumstances, different, all kinds of, different physical circumstances. Um, but sometimes some guys are like just this tiny step away, or they just need to tweak something small in their life, and then boom, they can just like start getting laid, getting pussy on tap. Other guys, it takes a lot more work. They have a lot of work to do. Like they have a lot of work to do regarding their money muscles and game and their frame and all that kind of thing. So it takes more. There's a lot more work to do. But anyway, if it's something you want to do, if something you want to fix, if you're not happy with your sex life, I've been there. I've been in positions in my life where I was not happy with my sex life, but now it's like, I mean, I essentially like live kind of like a porn star lifestyle without actually being a porn star. And that's just a fact. Like I do. Like it's just like, I don't even know how many women I've been with, but it's a lot. And I'm not even saying that to brag or anything. I'm just saying it's like I figured it out. Like I figured it out very very much so. But yeah, today is Tuesday. I will be back Thursday, maybe 10. Yeah, I'll be back at the usual time, 9 p.m., 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to check out, you always follow my Instagram, check my stories. I usually confirm what time I'll be live streaming at. But it's Thursday night, 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And until then, peace out, guys. Have a good one. Bye bye.